This is a sad story. In the past week, we've learned that a student at Howard University has committed suicide. The name and the circumstances behind all this, not really that important. What is important is the conversation we're about to have. Joining me today, two friends of this person, Nio Campbell, Taylor Evans, both students at Howard University. You knew this person, okay, up close. Also joining us, Dr. Alfie Breland Noble. She's a psychologist at Georgetown University Medical Center. You're a Howard University alum, right?
I am.
Okay. What's going on the campus?
So right now everyone's really just mourning and are in shock. Friends of Kyle are just really incredibly in shock because they didn't expect this at all. So everyone's just trying to get some type of understanding. Okay.
Now, does the school have something, you know, notifying students that there's been this tragedy and if you need some assistance, you need some help, do this, come to this number, go to this link?
So they announced it and they said that they have stuff available, but
I feel like on campus, we have the resources on campus to get the help. However, a lot of students came out about horror stories that they had at the counseling center. So unfortunately, a lot of students are feeling let down right now, and we're just trying to bring it back, you know, to get the high hopes and spirit back up on campus.
Okay. How should young people, how should students grieve when something like this happens at this age?
I think we have to be mindful that everyone has a different process of grieving. I think the important thing is to actually figure out what your process is and allow that to happen. So sometimes what happens with young people, as with anybody, when a tragedy like this occurs, there's a lot of blaming. Why didn't I see? Why didn't I know? What could I have done? And I think we have to help people not, we have this saying in the mental health field, don't should on yourself. I should have done this. I should not have done that. I think it's really important to just reflect and look inwardly, just to think about where you are in your process, but also to reach out to other people. So your peers, you have to be with people and talk to people who might understand what you're going through.
And that's my question, but do you reach out to your peers or do you reach out to somebody like you, a professional who knows how to handle this sort of thing?
I think whatever feels comfortable. What I say to people is, as you're grieving, if you start to feel that things are over a period of time not sort of getting back to normal, you're not getting back to your baseline, you're crying all the time, or you're sad all the time, or you can't come out of your room, or you can't do your schoolwork, that's when it's time to reach out to try to seek out a mental health professional.
There's stigmas that come with mental health treatment, you know, in our community especially.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I know, right?
Yes. So I run something called the Acoma Project, which is a research lab at Georgetown. It's at Georgetown. It used to be at Duke. And what we do is try to deal with stigma. Right? We deal with this unique stigma that impacts us as blacks and African Americans, because for people of color, for us in particular, dealing with racism, discrimination, sexism, homophobia, and all those things on top of having a mental illness makes it exponentially more difficult for us to reach out and seek help. So I feel like that stigma is multiplied, and you have a panel of women here. For women of color, it is multiplied. So I think that contributes to our lack of willingness to seek out care.
You've got a blog?
Yes, so I have a blog entitled Inhaling Happiness, where I basically talk about the mental health issues that I've been going through in hopes of hopefully helping young women who are going through the same issues. And a lot of young students have reached out to me and, you know, reach out for help. And
how did they find your blog?
My blog is inhalinghappiness.wordpress.com.
Okay. How did they reach you, Doctor?
www.acomaproject, one word, 2 A's, KOMA project.org.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank all of you for coming and talking about this. And if you need help, you can always call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can see that number right there on your screen. We also have it on our website, 1-800-273-TALK.